Testing 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me? Hello, hello, hello. I'm trying out something new. I'm trying to live stream via Zoom. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me? Got it. Hello, hello, hello. I'm trying out something new. I'm trying to live stream via Zoom. I guess I gotta mute my line. Hey, Indigo, what's up? Hey, can y'all hear me? Press a 1 if y'all can hear me. Hey, Derek. Hey, King of Wands. Hey, Siobhan. We got 2 diggable planets up in the house already. All right, since y'all can hear me, wait a minute, let me share my screen and see if this works. This is my first time going live via Zoom. I'm just testing it out because it's going to help me to do the, what you call the slideshow better. But let me see how this, because I don't see my, and I don't know if I should be recording this. Let me see. All right, let me pull this up, see if y'all can see it. But see, now I can't see my, hold up. Let me go to YouTube on my phone. She's all that I want. Okay, okay, let me see if it's coming up. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Somebody said, who the hell requested Justin Bieber's Love Life? Actually, this is actually an interesting story. So I'll be telling you who sponsored this video in a minute. So y'all can see the picture. It's a little delayed. Let me mute. Let me turn down this volume. How y'all doing? Oh, Indigo, did you get my, did you see my comment about talking about dude? What's Shalom, Israel, him. I found out he's a Sagittarius. And speaking of Sagittarius, happy Sagittarius season, everybody. Daniel said Justin Bieber literally has the same birth chart as me, except for his moon placement. Oh, shoot. That's right. You are a Pisces, aren't you? Were y'all born the same year? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that explains a lot, Emily. That definitely explains a lot. Actually, I'm gonna have to stop sharing my screen for a minute. I'm gonna have to get rid of that the StreamYard post real quick. I mean the StreamYard, what you call it. Bear with me, it's been a minute. And I got some updates. Hold on. All right, let me cancel this. Delete. All right, so that's deleted. And hopefully I have it where the chat is going to replay, but let me go to something real quick. Manage my videos. Okay, I wonder if I can edit it while it's going live. I might not be able to, because I want to make sure that it's on chat replay. Let me put that on. Okay. Subscribers. How's everybody doing though? I know it's been a while since I did a live stream, but I've had a lot of work to catch up on. And I recently did have a birthday, December 5th. So I'm 47 now. And I wanted my birthday to be rather low key. That's why I really didn't make a big deal out of it. I didn't go live or anything like that. And it was a really low key, but beautiful birthday I had. Hey, Tara, how you doing? Hey, Dr. Ken. I missed y'all too. Let me see what other diggable planets. So let me shout out the diggable planets again. We got Indigo, Siobhan. Who else? Dr. Ken, Tara. All right, so that's the diggable planets. And diggable planets, y'all will have free admission to my New Year's Eve party that will be taking place via Zoom. And also anybody that is a Patreon member, you'll get free admission to my New Year's Eve party as well. So let me just talk about that real quick. I am hosting a New Year's Eve party on December 31st. It's going to be online, of course, and I'll be discussing some of the major events with the corresponding transits of 2022. We're also going to do like some blast from the past stuff, talk about some major events that have occurred over the past decade, maybe even over the past 20 years, and I'll talk about the transits that coincided with that. Thank you, Scarred Out. So we got another diggable planet up in the house, Scarred Out. Hey, Earth Angel. Thank you, Indigo. So what was I saying? Oh, and then I'm going to talk about some of the major transits that will be taking place in 2023, including Pluto going into Aquarius. And I'll be providing some predictions and all that good stuff. So let me see if I could post. I'm going to post the link to the New Year's Eve party so you could purchase a ticket. So again, if you're a patron of mine, or if you're a Diggable Planet, a channel member, you get free admission. Anybody else, you'll have to pay for a ticket to reserve your spot. But here's the invitation right there, the Eventbrite. So check it out. And then there was something else I wanted to talk about too. Oh, I'm on the year anniversary from having my surgery. So those that don't know, last year to this day, I had a tummy tuck surgery. I had lipo on my chin and also on my flanks. And I'll say I definitely, I don't regret it at all. I'm glad I did it. I'm looking real good right now, but because my moon is still in Virgo, my progressed moon that is, I'm still feeling kind of insecure, which is why I haven't did a body reveal yet. But come January, or maybe even before this year ends, I probably will be doing a body reveal video. And yeah, so my progressed moon's about to enter Libra. I'm really excited about that. It'll be entering Libra on December 17th. And I feel like it's going to just give me a new lease on life, and it's going to make me more sociable, and who knows, I might even get into a relationship. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not looking for a relationship, but you know, that Libra progressed moon might bring one anyway. So I'll say I'm open to it, but he's going to have to be somebody very special and not in a bad way, because I'm used to dealing with special men, but not in a good way. I'm used to dealing with them special ed type men. No, actually, all the dudes I've been with, for the most part, I could say, have had some intelligence, because that's one thing about me. I can't be with a dummy. But, you know, special ed in terms of having some emotional problems, or they come from a really messed up background and all that. So yeah, Dr. Kim, my progressed moon about to enter Libra on the 17th. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. And because my progressed moon's at the 29th degree of Virgo right now, I'm feeling like this tremendous pressure in my abdomen. So I feel like I am, like, that's a sign that I'm at the last stages of healing. And hopefully when my progressed moon enters Libra, I won't be dealing with the little bit of swelling, because I still am like a little swollen around the incision part, but that's to be expected. Yeah, Indigo, I can't be with no big dummy. I mean, we got to at least be able to hold a conversation, and where, you know, got to be able to stimulate my mind. I mean, I'm a very physical person, but you got to hit my mind for me to really be into you. Hey, NYC Black Honey. All right, so we're going to get into this case study. Again, this is a sponsored case study about Justin Bieber's life. And I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of Justin Bieber. I really don't know any of his songs. I remember that first song he put out, but I can't even remember what that's about or what it sounds like or anything. So it did take me a while to really get into the, to get motivated to do this video. But upon like looking at his chart and learning about his life, I did get more and more interested in his story and also his relationships. And this case study is very apropos to Sagittarius season, because his current wife is a Sagittarius. She's not just a Sagittarius, she's a Sagittarius rising. So we'll be getting into Sagittarius while talking about his relationships. Justin Bieber also has some strong Sagittarius energy because it's in his first house, intercepted in the first house at that. So we'll get into that as well. Oh, thank you for your super chat, DSIs. I will definitely be doing a video on Pluto entering Aquarius, but that will happen after the New Year's Eve party. So if you want me to talk, like if you want to get some insight on Pluto and Aquarius, attend the New Year's Eve party. And then after that, I'll just do a video on YouTube about Pluto entering Aquarius. It's not going to be nothing nice, y'all. I'm already thinking that it's going to be some crazy shit going down in 2023. So we better just get our rest and like just do what we need to do now. And maybe even like part of next year, but look like we're going to be in for some crazy shit going down. Dr. King, you're a Sag rising too. All right, so let me share my screen and bring up this PowerPoint. So Justin Bieber's love life. One of the main things that have grabbed people's attention about Justin Bieber's love life is his marriage to Hailey Bieber. She was originally Hailey Baldwin. And the reason why this has created a stir is because people have speculated that he cheated on Selena Gomez, who was his girlfriend, with Hailey. Now, Hailey has came out and said that she was saying when she was dealing with Justin Bieber, he was not in a relationship. So we'll get into that. Now, the slideshow might be a little delayed because I just switched the slide. So I'm going to have to just, kind of go slow until it comes up. DSI said, I can see it will be wild with Pluto and Aquarius. The New Year's Eve party is going to be online. So I have posted a link so you can purchase a ticket. Or if, you want to get in free, you could just sign up for my Patreon, or you could become a channel member. Yes, believers. Okay, so this case study has been sponsored by Diana. So thank you, Diana, for sponsoring this video. And Diana wants to know. She said, I would love to see a reading on Justin Bieber and his love triangle with Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much for your super chat. You said, been following you for years. Love your delivery punch. You know your stuff. Can you do one for Aquarius on January 31st? Okay, I don't know who the hell's calling me. Thank you so much. So you mean you want me to do a video for the Aquarius season, Aquarius live stream? I could definitely do that. I'm very familiar with Aquarius because I got a lot in my family. Yep. Love that orange, by the way. Thank you so much for that generous super chat. So she said, I would love to see a reading on Justin Bieber and his love triangle with Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. Please give us the tea on their drama. She wanted to know why Justin married Hailey after 2 months of breaking up with Selena. She also wants to know, is Justin and Hailey Bieber going to last? Also, how toxic was Justin and Selena Gomez relationship? Yeah, this shit is really delayed. Is Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber relationship, how they really protected, I guess she means projected on social media? Give us the tea. Then she said, Hailey did an interview with Call Her Daddy and talked about she was never messing around with Justin while he was in a relationship with Selena. I wonder if she's telling the truth. And the thing with Sagittarius is the truth. So this is going to be interesting. Is Hailey prone to lying and cheating? Okay, so we'll get into all that. And then she said, people believe Hailey married Justin for fame. I wonder if it can be true or if it's true. There's been rumors about how Justin Bieber introduced drugs and alcohol to Selena Gomez. Wonder if that's true too. All right, so before we get into his sinistry with Selena and Hailey, I want to get into his life as an individual and his chart on its own. And when you look at a person's chart, when you look at their relationship profile, you'll be able to see the problems that they could possibly get themselves into, the conflicts that they could encounter, and all that stuff. And then when you look at the Sinistry, you have to always keep that individual natal chart in mind so you'll know how it's playing out. So Justin Bieber is a Scorpio rising at the 29th degree, which is some heavy Scorpio energy to have on your ascendant. And y'all know what I say about that 29th degree. It can produce all manners of conflict, but especially in terms of one's personal life, it can produce conflict with women, interference from third parties, and love triangles. So Diana, if you're listening, the fact that he's a 29th degree Scorpio rising, that's already making me suspect that he was in a love triangle with Selena and Haley at the same time. But we'll get more into that as well. So as you can see, he has, let me get my drawing tool because I like to mark up a chart. As you see, he has Sagittarius intercepted in his first house. And when you have Sagittarius intercepted in your first house, you may not be exactly sure of how to present yourself, or when it comes to your persona, you may be adopting someone else's style or someone else's vibe or whatever, even someone else's look or whatever, because Sagittarius on the negative end can be prone to sycophantic tendencies. Basically, again, adopting someone else's style or whatever. So more about that in a minute. Also, he's a Pisces with Sun conjunct Saturn, and I'll get into that in a minute, but that Sun conjunct Saturn can cause somebody to be very serious about their career, but also about their reputation. And you know, Pisces is secrecy. So there could be some secrecy coming into play with that conjunction, and where he has to keep something a secret to preserve his reputation. More about that in a minute. He has Venus in Pisces as well, Mercury and Mars in Aquarius. He's a Nepturanian, as I like to call it, with that Neptune conjoined to Uranus. He has his South Node in Taurus, North Node in Scorpio. I know all about that nodal axis because I have the same thing. North Node Scorpio, South Node Taurus. And the nodes are the underlying reason why a person's life is the way it is. So we'll be going back to that nodal axis quite a bit when we get into his chart. He got a Libra moon, which is good for being a singer, and it's in the 11th house. And he got Chiron in Virgo. So let me clear this. All right. So again, ascendant, 29th degree of Scorpio, that can produce high pressure situations. Conflict involving mother, family, and home. And with Scorpio, it could be other people's influence or involvement. I'm already on the next slide. This shit is delayed on YouTube. Interference from third parties, that's what that 29th degree can produce. And with Scorpio, the third parties could be managers, Swengalis, abusers, and also detectives. Love triangles, like I told you, that 29th degree is famous for creating love triangles. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually was dealing with both Haley and Selena at the same time, just off of that 29th degree of Scorpio alone. Also, that 29th degree can produce anger issues. And if you got Sagittarius intercepted in the first house, you could definitely have some anger management issues. So that 29th degree reinforces that. Also controversial. Scorpio is a controversial sign, and he has stirred up some controversy over the years, and I'll get into some of the stories. Prominent. Scorpio makes one prominent. So this one, like, this is basically just Scorpio energy in general. Influential. Power and control are major themes in his life with Scorpio rising. Also, sex is a major theme, especially in terms of conflicts, like being conflicted about your sexuality or just having some conflict even with your sexual performance, or even being conflicted in terms of maybe even your genital. Maybe you feel like your penis ain't big enough or something. But with that 29th degree of Scorpio, there's more than likely some conflict going on with either his sexuality or just his the way he is sexually. And the Scorpio rising can produce an ever-evolving persona as well. Thank you, Jamie, for your super chat. You said, I also wanted to ask how your health is. I believe you had surgery some time back. Thanks for your time. Thank you so much, Jamie. I'm doing really well health-wise. I've been exercising a lot. Like I said on my Patreon, I'm at the point now where I'm getting in like 2 to 4 miles a day because I'm really trying to slim down. So even though I got the tummy tuck and the lipo, I still want to slim down my hips, butt, and thighs. And you know, big butts are going out of style according to social media and stuff. All these women that got the BBLs, they're starting to regret it and stuff. But yeah, the main thing now, I just want to, and you know, I'm a Sagittarius, so the butt, thighs, and hips, they can get big. So I want to slim that down. I plan on, you know, doing some traveling next year. So I really want to look all slim and trim and all tight and snatched and all that. And I can already tell since I've been exercising, I'm starting to get narrower, like in terms of my frame. The hips are starting to slim down. So yeah. Problematic Favor said, I wouldn't be surprised if he came out as bi later on in life. Okay. So here's his chart again. So Pluto is his chart ruler. It's at the 28th degree of Scorpio. It's conjoined to his ascendant and the North Node. That's a lot of heavy energy to have on yourself, to have on your body even. And Justin Bieber has went through a number of health problems. And that is very common for a Pisces to go through a bunch of health problems. So when you have Pluto on the ascendant like that, and you're a Pisces, don't be surprised if you go through a number of things, especially in terms of like contracting infections and stuff. Oh, shoot, my battery's running low. Hold on. Now, that 28th degree can make one too trusting, but it can result in benefiting greatly through your associations and your relationships. Now, hold on for 1 second. Yeah, makes sense. What is that? What is that? I was just talking to my daughter's boyfriend. He hurt his fingers the other day. I was like, you got Saturn in Gemini, don't you? He was like, yeah. He was like, what is that? he's not very familiar with astrology. He's starting to really learn, but he fucked his 2 fingers up yesterday. All right, I gotta take a look at his chart. All right, so where am I at? So compounds the influence of Scorpio over his life. Now that could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. Thank you, Tara. I am starting to really look good. I'm starting to get my confidence back. And again, when that moon, my progressed moon enters Libra, I'm really gonna be looking nice. So Pluto's in the 12th house and that North Node's in the 12th house. So that can make him very prominent and influential in the music industry. And I didn't realize how successful Justin Bieber was. I'll get into that in a minute. Like, he's major, even though, you know, a lot of us may not be into his music. Now, that 12th house Pluto can produce a very malleable personality. And like I said, that 28th degree can make him too trusting. And when you're a Pisces, you can be very malleable anyway, unless you have a very strong sense of self. And Pisces is just a sign that may not produce a strong sense of self. So when you got a 12th house Pluto ruling your chart and you're a Pisces, you're very susceptible to outside influence and you can be very malleable. Prone to hardcore addiction with that 12th house Pluto, especially conjoined to the North Node. Prone to bouts of psychosis, perhaps. prone to infections, prone to experience adverse reaction from jabs. And I don't know if y'all remember, but was it earlier this year? He took a picture and one of his eyes was like part of his face was like paralyzed or whatever. And some people were speculating that it could have been from the jab. So anybody that has that hookup, and if Pluto is afflicted in the chart, like if it's squaring other things in the chart, this is something for everybody that's a Scorpio rising. You got to be careful of what you put into your body, especially anything that's being injected into the body. You also got to be careful when it comes to surgery as well. So ages 27 and 28 could be very big in his life, could be major. So this was 2021 and 2022 when he was ages 27 and 28. And a lot did occur in his life in those years. He got Lyme disease, I think in 2021, and then he had the face paralysis. Now, his North Node's at the 27th degree of Scorpio. His Pluto is at the 28th, and then his ascendant is at the 29th. Those are the anaretic degrees, which can be quite problematic. So again, he's dealing with some heavy energy on his ascendant, and with being a Pisces, that could be too much for a Pisces to bear sometimes. So here's his chart again. Again, he got that Scorpio stellium, the ascendant, Pluto, North Node, and Jupiter. Jupiter, North Node, Pluto are in the 12th house. And again, that 12th house is pointing to his music, but it can also produce addictions and also, wait a minute. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me because I just got an error thing on my YouTube. All right, I'll keep going. All right, so we also have to look at Mars because Mars is co-ruler of his chart because both Mars and Pluto rule Scorpio. Mars, co-ruler at 25 degrees Aquarius, is conjoined to Mercury in his third house. Now that 25th degree is very much like Pisces Neptune energy. So it's reinforcing that 12th house. Oh, good, you can hear me. It's reinforcing Neptune and Pisces, and that 25th degree brings a need to be very discriminating and analytical. Now, Mars in Aquarius as his chart ruler points to his androgynous look, especially when he was younger. Remember, he had the hairstyle with the long ass bangs and shit, and he did look real soft. And some people, I remember back in the day, some of the conspiracy channels were trying to say that he was a female to male transgender, which I don't believe, but there was a time where he really was giving off that androgynous look, and that's that Mars in Aquarius as his chart ruler. I mean, actually, he could pass for a studly lesbian, let's be real. And that could be due to him having Mars and Mercury trying that Libra moon. So he is one of those type of dudes that, you know, he just has that kind of more feminine look, and he could actually pass for a studly lesbian. I'm just putting it out there. It is what it is. Wait, Indigo said, I still think that's Ellen. Also, Mars in Aquarius, especially conjoined to Mercury, is representing his fans, which are called believers, which is corny in my opinion, but that's so Pisces, the believers, because that's like saying believers. Dr. Ken said he lost all his followers when he cut his hair. Now, this can make him an avid reader and writer, that Mars conjunct Mercury. When you have Mars conjunct Mercury, that's like you can write a lot, and you can write a lot in a short period of time. So with him, he's probably just coming out with song after song after song. Vanity said he used to wear makeup and get his eyelash curled. Yeah, that's that androgyny. Highly intuitive. So he's a highly intuitive being, especially with Mars and Mercury and Aquarius in the third house. He can be very bright as well, very intelligent, but also could come across as phony. And one more thing with that Aquarius energy affecting him so much, he could have issues with his sexuality, or he could be bisexual even though he hasn't come out and said it. Sagittarius intercepted in the first house. This can make him world-renowned, known all around the world, also being a world traveler, being placed on a pedestal, which he basically was when he first came out. Multiculturalism. So Sagittarius is the sign of multiculturalism. Sagittarius is not prone to prejudice. Sagittarius could be prone to religious prejudice, but when it comes to race, it's not a prejudice sign, which is why it's in conflict with Cancer. Cancer rules race, and Sagittarius forms a natural quincunx aspect to Cancer. So that's why, you know, Sagittarius really doesn't like a lot of racial conflict and all this stuff, but more about that in a minute, because Justin found himself in some racial conflict at some point, and that points to the fact that his Jupiter is in Scorpio. So sycophant, again, Sagittarius can be the sycophant, adopt someone else's style if they really like it or if they think it's going to improve them. Issues with blood. Sagittarius rules the blood. So when you have Sagittarius intercepted in your first house, there could be some issue with your blood at some point. And he did contract Lyme disease, I think in 2021. And, you know, Lyme disease is like it comes from ticks or whatever. You know, ticks, they latch onto you and suck your blood out. And next thing you know, you got Lyme disease or something. Isn't Lyme disease big, prevalent in Canada? He was born in Canada anyway, but I know he spent a lot of time living in the States, striving towards self-improvement. So Sagittarius is about improvement. It's also about, you know, trying to be the best version of yourself. And it could deal with also where you're just trying, like with Sagittarius, you may feel like you're never as good as you want to be. So you're constantly striving for self-improvement. But Sagittarius in the first can also deal with where you are in need of knowledge of self. And with Jupiter and Scorpio in the 12th, that's like him lacking knowledge of self and where he has to get it at some point. And again, the anger management issues that I spoke about. So here's his chart again. Sagittarius intercepted in that first house. And again, that makes up a lot about what he is and who he is and how he operates. Now, Jupiter is co-ruler of his chart, is at 14th degree of Scorpio. And why did I put, that's wrong, Jupiter's in the 12th. Let me fix that, hold on. Oh, well. Actually, I gotta fix that. Hold on. Let me stop share. Jupiter is in the 4th. Hold on. All right. All right, let me go back. Hold on. Share. Custom slideshow. Okay. So Jupiter co-ruler of that first house, being in Scorpio, 14th degree in the 12th house. Now that 14th degree can produce challenges with movement. It's going to come back up in a minute. And it can produce situations where you could gain a lot, but you could lose a lot in the process. So this Jupiter in Scorpio, of course, is going to compound the influence over his life. And again, it makes him very prominent in the music industry because it's in the 12th house. And this right here is pointing to him being very prominent on YouTube. I didn't realize he has 70 million YouTube subscribers. That's big. That's a lot more than a lot of other celebrities on YouTube have. So I didn't realize he was so prominent. But it makes sense because, you know, he's a pop star. Also, with Jupiter and Scorpio, that's him being compelled to travel. So there's plenty of times probably where he don't want to travel, but because he is a singer, he has to travel. Also, Jupiter and Scorpio, when in the 12th, can make him wide open to outside influences, including demonic influences. Also, he could have a high tolerance for drugs and alcohol with Jupiter in the 12th. could represent a drug and alcohol rehab facility that he enters at some point. Now, I don't think he's done time in a rehab, or y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Has he done time in a rehab? I did research him, but I didn't read everything. Like his bio on Wikipedia is so long, it's ridiculous. But at some point, oh, his career started on YouTube? Okay. At some point, he might enter a drug rehab facility. And also that could deal with he is in therapy at some point. Now, his sun is conjoined to Saturn in Pisces in the 3rd house. So that's him singing, songwriting, playing instruments professionally with the Pisces influence. But this can also deal with men in the music industry who were his mentors. So he had a few mentors when he was young in the music industry. And some of these mentors could have been father figures. Now, when you got Sun conjunct Saturn in Pisces, you could be yearning for a father figure. And Justin's father wasn't really in his life when he was young, but from what I heard, he does work closely with Justin now, like he's part of Justin's team or whatever. But when Justin was young, his father wasn't in his life like that. And when you got Sun conjunct Saturn in Pisces, that's like you're yearning for a father figure. And it's like he feels that absence of his father keenly. Oh, Oro, this is a sponsored case study. So Diana sponsored this reading, and that's why I'm doing it. How you doing, Oro? Issues with control, especially over his mind, because this energy is in his 3rd house. Extremely impressionable. So Pisces is an impressionable sign. And when you have that Sun and Saturn in the 3rd house, your mind is very impressionable. Receiving recognition and rewards for his singing, which is coming from Saturn. Very concerned with respect and his reputation. He even says something about all I want to do is to be respected. And that's very much Sun conjunct Saturn. But with Pisces, he can always screw it up. So, you know, Pisces can shoot themselves in the foot. So while he's saying he wants to be respected, he might do things to make people not respect him. Also, dark secrets could ruin his reputation or bring humiliation upon him. So here's his chart again. You can see the Sun and Saturn in the 3rd house. He also has Mars and Mercury in the 3rd as well. Let me see what y'all are saying. Because this slideshow is showing up so slowly, I'll take time to read some of what y'all are saying. Indigo said, wait a minute now, we still appreciate the natural big butts and thighs. All right, let me see. A. McKinney said, I hated that haircut. He looked just like Ellen. Indigo said, his show is pretty. Oh, his show is pretty. You talk about the androgyny. Justin like a good lash lip. Siobhan said, Drake be flirting with all these men. Annie said, how'd I miss 29 minutes? Guess I hadn't refreshed my page. Now I'm behind. Oh, it's probably because you were on the StreamYard one, and then I switched to Zoom. My bad. But I wanted to see if I could do this via Zoom because I like doing the slideshow. Okay, so now that it's caught up, Sun and Saturn opposing Chiron and midheaven in Virgo. So the fact that he has Chiron and midheaven in Virgo, it makes a lot of sense that he is dealing with a number of health issues. But this can also deal with a carefully crafted image that they've created. It's also a grooming aspect. Now, you know, there's different types of grooming. You know, a lot of stars are groomed, and that could just mean they are groomed in terms of being shown how to dance, being shown how to act, being shown how to, you know, just create this type of allure or whatever like that. Thank you, East African Queen. But, you know, grooming can have a negative meaning. So just keep that in mind as I go on. And this is why I wanted to really get into Justin Bieber's chart first, before we get into his relationships, because that grooming aspect right there, Sun and Saturn opposition Chiron and Virgo and midheaven, says a lot. So serious health problems could take him out of work, and that actually happened. Mental health disorders, and with the mental health disorders, that could deal with where he's on medication to manage it. Also, this is dealing with the community service that he was ordered to perform. So Justin Bieber was ordered to perform 5 days of community service as a result of him egging a neighbor's house. His Chiron is at the 5th degree of Virgo. So there's that 5. Like I say, the degrees in the chart can pertain to the number of times you do something. They can also pertain to ages and also other numerical significances. So let's get into his 7th house. Because since we're talking about relationships, of course, we got to look at that 7th house, 29th degree of Taurus. And you know, that 29, like I said, can produce love triangles. So when Haley says, oh, I wasn't dealing with Justin when he was dealing with Selena, I'm calling bullshit off of that 29th degree of Taurus alone. So again, 29th degree can produce love triangles, conflicts with women, interference from third parties, high pressure situations. Attracting beauties with that Taurus energy. Being in a relationship with a singer, which he was with Selena Gomez. Values and standards come into play whenever Taurus is on the 7th house cusp when it comes to relationships. Also, normalcy will be a major theme. So you got to look to Venus to see if the relationship will be a normal one or will there be some crazy shit going on. And more about his Venus in a minute. Conformity. Taurus is conformity. So when you have Taurus on the 7th, you might have a partner that expects you to conform to their lifestyle, to their standards, all that stuff. Stubbornness. So he could have vanity. Stop. Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who sees this. Oh my God. See, I was trying to be good, but you provoking me, vanity. I was trying to be good. I was trying to stay on the straight and narrow and be like, you know what? I'm going to just interpret the chart. I'm not even going to get into that part. But since you mentioned it, if you want me to go off on that part, I will, because I was saying the same thing. Oh my God. But more about that in a minute. But the stubbornness could come into play. Possessiveness. So he could attract a partner that's very possessive. Haley could be with him for his money. So Diana, if you're listening, again, Diana's the one that sponsored this video. Diana, if you're listening, this is a dead ringer for someone coming after his money, basically marrying him for the money. Now, this is also reinforcing this. Arabic part of increases can join to his 7th house cusp. So that could deal with where his wife gets a lot of money as a result of marrying. Now, of course, that's natural because he is, he's a millionaire, multi-millionaire. But, what is the reasoning for her getting with him? Is it really love or is it for money? Can attract mates who are looking for a come up. So let me see what y'all are saying as I wait for this screen to change. Thriller Kid said John Wayne Gacy was a double Pisces. That Pisces, like I said, when it's dark, it is dark. It is hella dark. Vanity said being super religious stopped Justin from living in his truth. He's one of those people who easily guilted by sin, especially being a Pisces. Hell yeah. Vanity said his new wife looks like a man. So I see I'm not the only one who feels that way. Tells of Dre said, we already know you're going to go off. Siobhan said, you got to be rough and tough to babysit a semi-broken pop star. Okay, so his Venus is at the 20th degree of Pisces in his 4th house. Now, for Haley saying that she wasn't with Justin when he was with Selena, I'm like, well, then what the hell is that Venus and Pisces doing? Because that's the epitome of being in a secret relationship. But this is also dealing with the fact that he married a model because Pisces rules models. Being in a relationship with a fellow artist. That's when he was with Selena. Secret affairs, like I said. Scandals. A partner's hidden addictions. Alcohol, drugs, sex, what have you. And that 20th degree produces awakenings. So it could be being awakened in your sleep. And with that Venus in Pisces, that could deal with where Haley doesn't let him get enough sleep. She wakes him up while he's trying to sleep, while he's trying to get some rest. But it can also deal with where he experiences an awakening where he's like, what the fuck am I doing in this relationship? Why am I here? And next thing you know, he either starts cheating or he just breaks up. Merging with partner puts him at risk of losing touch with his individual self. That's one thing you always got to remember. If you got a planet in Pisces ruling that 7th house, then you could lose yourself. And if you're a Pisces, period, you got Venus in Pisces, you always got to try to maintain your individuality, unless you really don't care about your individual self. Some people don't. Some people want to be fully merged with their partner, and I guess that's okay. But if you got some strong fire energy in you, that's going to bother you at some point. You're going to want to be more independent. And let's not forget, Justin has Sagittarius intercepted in his 1st house. So merging with a partner could be a bit too much after a while. Private life put on display with that Venus in the 4th house. Now he has Venus sextile Neptune, which is a very positive aspect that could deal with him having a successful singing career, having a trophy wife, with Neptune being in Capricorn, getting with a woman in the music industry. That's when he got with Selena, getting with a woman within the modeling industry. So both Selena and Haley fit neatly into this Venus sextile Neptune aspect that he has in his chart. Also, this can produce a high profile relationship. Women inspire some of his songs. Some of the women in his life could be his muses. A wife or girlfriend could be good at keeping his secrets. So again, the secrecy theme is resurfacing with Venus sextile Neptune. A wife or girlfriend that is his beard in order to maintain his reputation. So it's a possibility. I'm not saying that that's definitely happening, but the possibility is there. So the next slide, you'll see it come up in a minute. You'll see Justin when he was in his more androgynous days with the long bangs. I hated this haircut. I don't know who told him to do his hair like this, but nah, that's not cute. So he has Venus opposition midheaven. His relationship could interfere with his work, or vice versa. His work could interfere with his relationship. Facing criticism over his relationship. So again, people saying, oh, you cheated on Selena with Haley and all that type of stuff. A woman comes to his rescue. Venus parallel Juno, with Juno at the 2nd degree of Scorpio. A woman could marry him for his money. Child support, if he has a child, that's what that could play out. Infidelity is highly probable. And this could be where the woman he gets with could be transgender. I'm just saying the possibility is there. I actually wrote it down here and then I deleted it because I was like, okay, I don't want to do all this speculation. But since Vanity put it out there, I didn't put it out there first. Vanity did. Since Vanity put it out there, I might as well talk about that. But I did have it written on the bullet point, getting with a transgender, having a transgender wife. Possible, not saying that's definitely happening, but it's possible. Venus parallel Panacea. Panacea is an asteroid that can deal with a cure-all. So believing that a woman can cure all of his issues, maybe even believing that a woman could cure his bisexuality, may become vegan for health purposes at some point. So here's his chart again. Let me see what y'all saying. Brandis hit a Campbell soup bowl cut. Yeah, I always hated that bowl cut. And then, I mean, it's just ugly. Tyrell, his Venus is in Pisces. Vanity said, dude, look like a lady. Now, as you can see in the next picture, he has more of a masculine look. He put, this is when he got tattoos. He's trying to act all kind of like tough now and like he a little street. Now, Gemini is intercepted in his 7th house. Relationships that are publicized in the media. That's what that can produce. Also, where he writes songs about his mate or his relationship. Prince had Gemini in the 7th house. Don't get me started on Prince. I'm still working on that video of Prince. I had to put it to the side to work on other projects. But Prince, I swear, he's one of my guardian angels at this point. But Prince had Gemini in the 7th house. And Prince was always writing songs about the women in his life, about his relationships and stuff. And Prince had a number of muses. So Justin has Gemini in his 7th house as well. And remember, if you know anything about Prince's love life, Prince was constantly trading one chick for the other. Or he might, like at one point at his Paisley Park mansion, one of the chicks that he used to, actually his dancer Cat Glover said that there was like 5 different chicks that he was smashing at the same time, living like under the same roof because they were all artists. So I say all that to say, when you got Gemini in the 7th, a lot of times you just can't be with one person. Maybe you can for a certain number of years, but there's a high chance that someone else is going to be brought into that relationship at some point. So the love triangle theme is strong in Justin Bieber's chart. So again, I think Haley is lying about not being with him when he was with Selena. Also, when you have Gemini in the 7th house and Justin has Gemini intercepted in the 7th house, there could be situations where it's your word against theirs. So he'll get himself into situations where it's his word against theirs. He could allow a wife or girlfriend to control his mind, especially with Mercury conjunct Mars in the 3rd house. This could be potentially dangerous because he may not realize in the beginning that his partner is wielding so much influence over his mind until it's a bit too late. Duplicity is always possible when you have Gemini in the 7th. Also, this can represent emails, texts, posts, calls, and how this could be used against him at some point. I'm sure Haley is saving every single email, text, everything, just for some ammo in case she needs it in the future, with Mercury being conjoined to Mars. Being in 2 or more relationships at the same time, so I already mentioned that. Also, Haley talked about Justin being good with his hands. And the interesting thing is that Haley has Gemini on her 7th house cuts. He has Gemini in the 7th house. Gemini rules the hands. And on some social media posts, they were making some joke about how good his hands are. So I just wanted to include that in there. So Mercury is co-ruler of that 7th house. It's in Aquarius in the 3rd house. Companionship is the basis for his relationships, being best friends with his mate. Haley did mention that they're best friends. Being unified in terms of mindset. Communication is one of the main issues, especially in terms of divergent points of view. Relationship of convenience are possible. So Haley could just be with him for convenience. Also, this reinforces the media theme. Social media posts. So again, Haley's sexual innuendo about Justin's hands. Also, this can manifest as separations and divorce, and where it's a hot media item. So Diana, you asked me, could I see divorce possible with them? Just off of looking at Justin's chart alone, he's just prone to get married and get divorced with that Aquarius energy influencing his 7th house. A new partner liberates him from an existing relationship. So this is another sign that he started dealing with Haley while he was still with Selena. So Haley was the one that liberated him from the relationship. Partner or spouse is prone to change up on him. So you always got to be careful. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much, Kauai. Oh, she said happy belated birthday. Thank you. So here's Justin right here. Now, this right here is like a cross between him still kind of looking androgynous, but where he's also like really starting to come into his manhood. It'll come up in a minute. Siobhan said they already look bored together. I'll wait till it comes up. Vanny said, I couldn't imagine letting Prince's effeminate butt climb on top of me. I can. Shoot. Oh my God. I love me some Prince. So as you can see right here, you know, he was starting to come more into his masculinity, but he was still kind of holding on to that androgynous. And this is the look, like, honestly, he looked like he could be like a studly lesbian kind of, or even a female to male transgender. So I'm not saying that's what he is, but people have speculated that, people like in conspiracy theory channels and stuff. I think he is a biological male, but I wonder about his wife. So as you can see with the next slide, it's going to come up in a minute. If you see him here, he's giving that classic Pisces vulnerable look. And that shit is annoying as fuck to me. This is why I can't be with no Pisces man. He looked like he about to cry, looked like he begging for forgiveness and all this type of stuff. I don't got time for that stuff. But he's really giving off that Pisces vulnerability vibe right here. Mercury conjunct Mars in Aquarius, behaving like besties. Partner is likely to try to dominate his mind, but she could also fiercely defend him. He does what his wife tells him to do, using a partner to affirm his identity, but also perhaps his sexuality. Wife wears the pants. Wife displays masculine energy. Again, let me say that again. With Mercury conjunct Mars in Aquarius, that's basically showing how his wife could be displaying masculine energy. So Vanity, when you said that his wife looks like a man, yeah, it's showing up in the chart. And I'm sure other people have said the same thing. Oh, he showed his wee-wee? Where can I find a picture of his, where can I find that? Wife or partner could be tyrannical and give him ultimatums. Aquarius is the sign of the ultimatum. So I'm sure she'd be giving him ultimatum. She probably gave him an ultimatum about getting married. Wife could become verbally and or physically abusive with Mercury conjunct Mars. So here it is again. Vanny said it's discussed often. So this picture right here, I gotta wait till it comes up. Mercury conjunct Mars in Aquarius square Taurus South Node. That's the epitome of this picture right here. And to me, it looks rather pathetic. Now, one of the dark-sided traits of Pisces is to come across as pathetic. So I'll just wait. So you see that? So Mars is representing that knife. The fact that he has it up to his tongue, that's the Taurus South Node. And then the Mercury, that's him basically, you know, presenting this image, posting this image of himself or whatever, or making a statement, you could say, whatever the statement is. It says in the picture, Justin Bieber in Los Angeles, June 2015. And then I can't read oh, Calvin Klein underwear. But I can't read what that says right there. Okay, so here he is right here. Now, the next slide, you'll see he's really giving off the stud lesbian vibe. Let me tell you, he looked like a lesbian straight up, the stud kind, when y'all see this next image. So Mercury and Mars trine moon. That's a nice trine he has in his chart. That makes him a teenage heartthrob, or it made him a teenage heartthrob. And also where he can easily appeal to girls. See, don't he look like a studly lesbian right there? The type of lesbian that be getting all the girls. Oh, good. You'll send it to me. All right, let me put my email real quick. And I'm going to check it while I'm on this live stream. So again, Mercury and Mars trine moon, teenage heartthrob aspect, can easily appeal to girls. Ease in attracting pretty women, could play out as an arranged marriage or marriage of convenience. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the Aquarius theme, and with that moon being in the 11th house, that could be kind of like an arranged marriage, or where it's more so of a marriage of convenience again. Also, his androgynous look helped to give him wide appeal. An androgynous male, okay, here we go, Vanity. Check this part out. This is like I said, I was like, I don't want to go deep into this, but I was like, I had to put it down because this stuff is like hard to ignore in his chart. So an androgynous male who can pass for a female. This trine could represent a transgender woman because Justin's moon is ruling his 8th house. And he has the 0 degree of Cancer on the 8th house cusp. That's the Aries point of Cancer on the 8th house cusp. That's like the epitome of a transgender woman. So that's why I was like, some of this stuff I just can't ignore. I'm just have to say. Now, and the reason why I'm hesitant, because some people have called me out in the past and be like, you always saying somebody's trans, or you always saying somebody's gay. And I'm like, but some stuff is like, basically, when you look at a natal chart, it's potential. And then if you understand human nature is predictable, which is why a lot of times when us astrologers see things and we say this could possibly be going on, it actually is going on because human nature is very predictable per the natal charts. Now, East African Queen is not necessarily an androgynous aspect because you got to take the signs into account. So Justin Bieber with this, he got 2 androgynous signs and trine with each other, Aquarius, and then not 2 androgynous. He got Aquarius, which is an androgynous sign, and then that moon is in an androgynous house, the 11th house. That's where you get the androgyny coming from. And where he could be with a guy that can pass for a woman. And remember, this aspect, these trines are related to his relationships because Mercury is co-ruler of his 7th house through Gemini. All right, so this is also where he's attracting a big following and fan base, being very prominent on social media. Now, it says here, as of 2022, Bieber is the 3rd most followed user on Twitter and the most followed musician on the platform, with over 113 million followers. His YouTube channel is currently the most viewed music channel for an individual on the platform. Remember, Mercury and Mars is in Aquarius. Aquarius is social media, the internet. That moon is in the 11th house, social media and the internet. So these trines contribute greatly to his success online, which is why I'm including this quote with this. So with over 70 million subscribers, he remains the most subscribed solo artist on YouTube and held the overall record for 6 years. A record tying 11 music videos by Bieber have surpassed over 1 billion views on YouTube, his most recent being Beauty and the Beat, the music video for Bieber's song Baby. I notice he uses a lot of auto-tune in his songs. I'm like, I don't like that shit. Is among the most liked videos on YouTube, having received over 22 million. And actually these can be auto-tune aspects. Think about it. The Aquarius part, that's the auto-tune. Bieber was frequently a trending topic on Twitter when the feature first launched, as his fans frequently discussed him on the network, and was named the top trending star on Twitter. Trending, that's Aquarius, that's 11th house. Daniel said, damn, I feel like you're reading me low key. So here's his chart again. Let me see what some of y'all are saying. Jacqueline said, definitely think his mom does magic behind his success. I wouldn't be surprised because there's something up with his mom. Patricia said, Haley is gorgeous. She just doesn't look very manly. She just doesn't look manly. Her personality and energy is very feminine. Let me see what else. Indigo said it always comes out eventually. East African Queen said, well, I have Mars trine Moon. Is that, so again, like I said, it depends on the sign that aspect is in. So T-square nightmare. Mercury and Mars square Taurus South Node and Ascendant, Pluto and North Node in Scorpio. So he has a heavy, heavy T-square in his chart. And that's why I'm calling it the T-square nightmare, especially because it includes that Scorpio Ascendant, Pluto and the North Node in Scorpio. So this T-square is responsible for a lot of his issues. And we're going to keep going back to this T-square. And remember, with Mercury being co-ruler of his 7th house, his relationships are going to be impacted by that T-square. So with the T-square nightmare, high chance of infidelity, betrayal. Selena was aware of Bieber's relationship with Haley, even though she said she wasn't. No, I think I got it mixed up. Haley was aware, but also this makes me think that Selena was aware too at some point. Abnormal relationship, that's what this could produce. Lacking peace, security, and stability in relationships, it's where he tends to act out. So he's the type that will sabotage a relationship simply because he doesn't have a model for a healthy relationship. And this goes back to his parents. Bieber's uncle, Brad Bieber, said that his troublesome behavior was caused by his breakup with Selena Gomez. Fraudulent identity, persona. Tries to suppress his homosexual tendencies. Being surrounded by negative influences in the music industry. Challenges with sexual activity in a relationship, and it could be due to being a victim of sexual abuse at the hands of his manager and other men in the industry. Now, Justin started out when he was really young, and it's interesting that he has Jupiter at the 14th degree of Scorpio because it was around age 14, I think actually at age 14, that he got the record deal, that he really started to become, a star or whatever. He was a star in the making at age 14. That's when Usher got his hands on him and some others. Now check this out. He got Pluto and Ascendant conjoined to the asteroid Hebe. Remember, I told y'all about that asteroid Hebe being an indicator for child predators. So this makes me think that he was, this makes me confident that he was surrounded by sexual predators in the industry when he was young. He got that asteroid in his chart. It's unmistakable. And what happened to him when he was younger explains a lot about his behavior when he became an adult. So we're going to do a little, we're going to look at some images real quick to reinforce these aspects dealing with the sexual abuse, perhaps. I do believe that he was sexually abused, and not just by one man. Remember, he also has Sun conjunct Saturn in Pisces in that 3rd house. That could deal with where he was dealing with a male mentor lacked boundaries. Now he's keeping it a secret with it being in the 3rd house, or he's being threatened, being told, you better keep this a secret. I'm just saying, you're going to see a lot of these pictures of men having their arm around Justin, kind of where it looks like an intimate relationship. This right here is, God, I forget this fool's name, but he was the one, Scooter. Yeah, Scooter. Thank you, Moonlight Orange. He was the one who discovered Justin Bieber. Now, guess what Scooter's record company is called? Y'all take one guess. And you're about to see the next slide in a minute where you see them together again. Yeah, Scooter is a Leo, and guess what? He's an 18. And I told y'all about them 18s. 18 can be sexual predators. They can, be hypersexual. They can be narcissists. Thank you, Shelly. They can be narcissists. They can be dark-sided people. So once I saw that he was born on the 18th and a Leo, and Leo rules children. And again, guess what the name of his record company is called? Schoolboy Records. When I saw that Schoolboy Records, in addition to the fact that Justin Bieber has Pluto and the North Node and the Ascendant conjoined to Hebe, that's all I need to see. That's all I need to see. So I think Scooter is one of the ones that preyed upon Justin when he was young. We're going to look at some other pictures too. So the ones you're seeing right now is Justin with Scooter over the years. And again, you're always going to see them like really close. That one right there is not like they're close or anything, but this one right here, again, you're always seeing where they're like in this embrace. His arm is around Scooter, or Scooter's arm is around him. And again, you could just say, well, that's just brotherly love. But if you know what you know about the industry, then some of these photos might come across as rather suspect. Thank you, Patricia. So here he is again. This next picture that y'all that's about to come up, you really gonna see that androgyny in Justin, and he really looks like a studly lesbian in this next picture that's about to come up. Siobhan says Scooter introduced him to that pastor he was kissing in the pool. Whoa, wait a minute. I didn't hear about this, Siobhan. Please tell. Please spill that tea. See, don't Justin look really feminine in that picture? Look like a studly lesbian. Here he is again with Scooter. And in this picture right here, it's going to come up in a minute where Justin is wearing the orange hoodie. Justin doesn't look too happy in this picture. He looks kind of defeated if you really look at him in the eyes. But I will say Pisces does tend to have this sadness behind the eyes. Patricia says Scooter and Justin need some Burt Beasley ointment. Sandwich said, weird as fuck. And the next picture is another, features another guy that was one of Justin's mentors as well, Usher. And Usher, he started off young, and Usher had P. Diddy as a mentor. And we heard stories about what was going on, like P. Diddy and Usher waking up early in the morning, wrestling over the Cocoa Puffs or and it's not funny, the Frosted Flakes and all that type of stuff. But yeah, you're 14 years old and you're around these older men in the industry. I'm sorry. I think a lot of times something inappropriate could go on, does go on a lot of times. So he had a former pastor, Carl, and he was caught kissing Carl in the pool. I remember, I think it was an article in Vibe magazine where Usher was saying that he was invited to this orgy. And he was like, everybody, and this was when Usher was, I think he was only like 17 or whatever. He was recounting of a story where he was at an orgy and they were just having sex with everybody. And he even mentioned he was like male, female. Now, this is a picture of Usher with Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber was very young. I think Justin was maybe 14 at that time, maybe 13, 14. Now we go more into Justin's future, and these images that I'm pulling up after this one, I find it to be a little strange that Justin is the only one in this group with his shirt off. This shit don't look appropriate. And anytime I see this character having his arm around some young dude, I always am suspect. It's coming up. Here we go right here. I think this was at Justin Bieber's birthday party. Justin Bieber, that's for him with his shirt off. Everybody else is clothed, but Justin Bieber has his shirt off. That's look kind of suspect to me. Here Justin Bieber is again. I didn't realize how much Justin was hanging out with P. Diddy back in the day. So again, very suspect. I'm including P. Diddy as one of the potential predators of Justin back in the day. And I do remember back in the day, Justin was like really making a big, not Justin, P. Diddy was making a big deal out of Justin Bieber. Yeah, that was Rick Ross you saw, Sam. So here it is again. They're at another party. I'll wait till the image comes up because I want to know what the hell is that guy whispering in that. That guy looked nasty as hell. The one that's whispering in P. Diddy's ear. That I'm just like, but yeah. So here Justin is again with P. Diddy. Like they did a lot of hanging out together. So again, kind of suspect when you consider the type of character that P. Diddy is. Sandwich said he ready to give kids brother love. Then he said he showed up shirtless to Odell's birthday party recently and everyone else was fully clothed. And he could be doing that because maybe that's how he's used to being treated. Like he's the piece of meat for the party. Thriller Kid said they had their way with poor Justin. Yeah, I really believe it too. And that's why he started to act out when he got older. Derek said Diddy stank ass with his loose jawline. He loves that pussy. Yes. Again, there's so many pictures of P. Diddy with Justin when Justin is a young teen, all the way up until he became a young adult. Derek said, why does Diddy always have his mouth open? He's a mouth breather. That's why. And you know his breath stank. So again, more pictures. He always has his arm around Justin, like he's saying, this is my, piece of meat. I mean, there's just so many pictures of Justin and Diddy. It's kind of unsettling. Almond Milk said, Selena PR beard. Sandwich said, because he was so andro. Tells Dre said, I mean, him being a Pisces and at the time a young boy, he's just vulnerable. Exactly. And that's why it's so sad when people that are Pisces join the industry, they're just going to be targeted very easily. Vanity said, can you talk about Justin's foot fetish? Now he's a Pisces and with Venus and Pisces, so there's the foot fetish right there. I didn't know he had a foot fetish though. So he mentioned that. Did he come out with that? Now, this picture to me is a bit disturbing as well. And again, it's too many, he's influencing this dude too much. And y'all remember, P. Diddy is a Scorpio. And Justin has that Scorpio rising, Jupiter in Scorpio, North Node in Scorpio, Pluto in Scorpio. So P. Diddy fits right into Justin's 12th house. That's problematic. Now, again, on an innocent level, we can be like, well, P. Diddy, he's a music producer. He's a music mogul. And the 12th house is music. But when you got Scorpio in the 12th house, that can also be sexual victimization and sexual secrets and a lack of sexual boundaries. Vanity said, does anyone else remember that P-word scandal with Justin during his Yummy video era when he posted weird pics of children? Oh, shit. The rabbit hole is deep with this dude. That's what I was saying. The more I started to learn about Justin and his life, the more I started to get interested in this. So here it is again. All of these pictures, Justin with his shirt off. Diddy always got his arm wrapped around him. And this ain't it. It doesn't end here. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on. So again, it makes me think that Diddy done did something to this boy. I mean, it's just sad, but that's how it is in the industry. We can act like this stuff doesn't exist, but come on. Patricia said, I wouldn't trust a dog around Diddy. He probably would sexually violate. I think pity. He probably will hit a pity. I think P. Diddy is down for whatever. Some people are just down for whatever. It don't matter who's on the other end of the hole that they're sticking. All right, back to his chart. So I just wanted to get into those images just to show you Justin Bieber's background, which explains why he started wilding out, in my opinion, later on in life, because he was dealing with all these sexual predators in the industry. It shows up in his chart. So more about this T-square. So he is at risk of losing a lot of money through divorce. There could be an issue with the prenuptial agreement. Wife puts her safety at risk for being dispatched if she starts telling what she knows. So this could be dangerous for Haley. Let's say Haley threatens to divorce him, or basically they're going through a divorce, and she starts talking and she starts spilling his tea. Something bad could happen to her. So she better be careful. Non-disclosure agreements. Controversy over the rapid marriage to Haley. His eye situation that could be the result of the shatas. Mercury is conjoined to the asteroid Cassandra, and Cassandra deals with advice given or received, and a lot of times it deals with advice that is not taken. So this can deal with him having advisors, but also going against someone's advice, and it might have been dealing with the shatas perhaps. So this picture right here, this happened earlier this year, where he posted a picture and part of his, like half of his face was kind of like paralyzed, and his eye, you'll see it in a minute when it comes up, his eye is like rolled back in his head. So that's dealing with that T-square as well. And remember, I said he's just prone to have a number of health problems. Number one, he's a Pisces. Number two, he got Pluto and Scorpio ruling his chart in the 12th house. He got Sun opposition Chiron in Virgo. So he's liable. Oh, let me check the email. Thank you. He's liable to get into some shit health-wise. He's just very vulnerable. It seems like in all areas, just about. Justina's penis. What? Whoa! Nah, that ain't it. It's like, that's really his? He really working with. Damn, Justin. Hold on, let me zoom in on it. Okay, it don't look as long, but maybe it's soft in the first one. And then in the second one, that's pretty substantial, I'll say. I wish I could post a picture so y'all can see it, but I don't want to get in trouble. That thing had veins running all up and down that shit. Like, I mean, it was very veiny. I mean, I know dicks have veins in it, but that thing looked it looked like it was struggling. It was struggling. Oh, so you don't think that's his penis either? I know, it didn't look like it was attached to his body. Oh my God. All right, let me stop. All right, hold on. I gotta sit on the floor because I'm charging my phone and it won't read. Hold on. Oh man. That reminds me. So one day, right, and this happened, this was like 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, you know how you have a Twitter account and then Twitter will send you emails about stuff that people post? Well, because I'm slow at things, I didn't realize that Twitter will send you like accounts, like posts from accounts that you never even follow. So one day I get this image of a guy and he posts this tweet and he says something like, you want to come work out with me or whatever. And it's a picture of his erect penis. It's not naked or nothing, but it's in his clothes. And naturally, because I was curious, I'm like, where is this coming from? I click on that link. It takes me to his Twitter account. And basically, he's just, just showing off what he got, his body. He's erect in all these places. And I'm like, oh, great. So now when Twitter sends me an email, there's always some man on Twitter with an erect penis. So now I'm being accosted by all these penises from my Twitter account, and I don't even follow this shit. You see how the Scorpio North Node will do you? That's my Scorpio North Node. I wasn't looking for penis, and penis found me. I'm not complaining because it does help to make my day more interesting when I get one of those emails. But some of these dudes are just nasty looking. So that made me think of the emails I be getting, the penile and emails from Twitter. Y'all know Elon Musk, he bought up Twitter. What was it, last month? He finally bought Twitter. People be acting like he's the second coming of Christ. I can't stand that man. All right, let's move on. So also with this T-square, it says in 2010, Bieber was frequently criticized for looking and sounding younger than his age, and the following year for an androgynous appearance, which had been commonly noted in the media, including his appearance on the cover of Love magazine's Androgyny issue 2011. He looks very androgynous in this issue. It's going to come up soon. East African Queen says, the Scorpio South Node mean whole tendencies. It certainly can produce whole tendencies, but so can the Scorpio North Node. But yeah, when you got some strong Scorpio energy, a penis is going to cross your path more often than not, or it'll be a vagina or something. It's always some sex thing going on. Again, I didn't ask for those images. I didn't ask to see those Twitter accounts of these men, but they keep coming. All I had to do was click on that link once, and now Twitter thinks I want to see this shit all the time. I don't even know when I'm going to come across another one in real life. That's a sad thought. Like when you get into your late 40s and you're single, you don't know if you're ever going to come across some more genitals in the flesh anymore. Like you don't know if this is the end of your sex life or if, you know, there's some person in the future. You just don't know. It could be the end. But then again, like I said, my progressed moon's about to enter Libra. So it could be on. Here's another image of him looking rather androgynous, like I was saying. And he did get some flack for that. He does look like Miley Cyrus, Divine. Yes, you could attract hoes too. Nah, man. Like I said, I've been trying to be good. And, you know, that Scorpio North Node be fucking with me. He like, you want some peanuts? And I'd be like, nah, I'm cool. You sure? Nah, I'm all right. All right, so more about this T-square. Again, this T-square is responsible for a lot of what is going on in his life. So during 2013, 2014, Bieber's teen heartthrob and clean-cut image was drastically threatened due to several controversial events surrounding him. Notable controversies during this period, including him abandoning his pet monkey. Now, him having a pet monkey, that's so Pisces. Pisces be loving these damn animals. But he abandoned the pet monkey. That's terrible. Vomiting on stage, that's where that Scorpio energy is coming from. Being videoed by his friend as he urinated in a bucket and yelled, "Fuck Bill Clinton." Wearing a gas mask in public. See, all this stuff he's acting out because of the abuse he suffered when he was young. Being involved in an explicit image with a stripper and allegedly assaulting his bodyguard and a limo driver. Also, in its March 2014 edition, Rolling Stone put Bieber on its cover alongside the title Bad Boy. In the same year, Bieber claimed to have changed his name to simply Bizzle. During the Bizzle phase, Bieber donned a quiff and often wore thick gold chains and baseball caps. Basically, this T-square is showing that he doesn't know how to be. He doesn't know who he is, how to act, none of that. So that's why he started acting a fool like this. Bieber gradually altered his artistry, with Peter Geekas of E! Online describing PYD as sexed up, while In Touch Weekly magazine said that his song with Major Ali and Juicy J, Lolly, might make his fans a bit uncomfortable because of its lyrics that refer to oral sex. In his early 20s, especially after the release of Purpose in 2015, Bieber's public image changed again in a more positive light as he was involved in less controversy. He notably had bleach blonde hair and wore rock-branded t-shirts, including Marilyn Manson and Kurt Cobain t-shirts, flannel shirts, denim jackets, and ripped jeans. So again, it's just showing he don't know who to be or how to be. He also wore kilts, a trend of 1990s fashion, on several occasions. After his marriage in 2018, Bieber's persona continued to change. As his fan base got older and he got married, he transitioned away from the teenage heartthrob image, taking on a more mature personality and a more soft-spoken style of speech. In an interview with Vogue in February 2019, Bieber said that he would laugh at his past self. So basically, he was doing all this clowning. And now that he's older, he's looking back and in embarrassment. And, you know, Pisces is the sign of embarrassment and humiliation. More about this T-square. In June 2020, Bieber was accused of sexual assault by an anonymous woman, merely known as Danielle, who claimed on Twitter that the singer had made non-consensual sexual acts at a Four Seasons hotel in Austin, Texas, while with then-girlfriend Selena Gomez. The woman claimed that she had been inspired to tell her story by Twitter user It's Gabby, who had accused actor Ansel Elgort of sexual assault the week prior. In a series of tweets, Bieber denied all the allegations, stating that sexual abuse is something I don't take lightly. He provided proof that he was not present in the location within the time that alleged incident took place, dismissing all allegations. On March 23rd, 2022, Bieber dropped a $20 million lawsuit against the two Twitter users. So that's very much 29th degree of Taurus on the 7th house cusp too. Somebody trying to shake him down for money. In January 2020, Bieber announced on his Instagram that he had been diagnosed with Lyme disease. He also revealed that he had infectious mononucleosis. Remember I told you with that Scorpio energy on his ascendant, he's very prone to contracting infections and other things, and then bloodborne diseases with that Sagittarius in his first house. So he got infectious mononucleosis, which affected his neurological and overall health. The fact that he got Mars in Aquarius makes him prone to develop neurological problems, with Mars ruling the brain and Aquarius ruling the circuitry of the brain and the central nervous system. So his moon in Libra is square Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn. This is disloyalty in relationships. He can be prone to succumb to negative influences from friends and associates in the music industry. Unstable personality, changes in personality, changing the content of his songs. Though a product of middle-class suburban upbringing, it says, Bieber's manner of dress and speech, what's up, man, how you doing? Or it's like, whatever, suggests he's mimicking his favorite rappers. In 2013, Bieber said he was very influenced by Black culture. And that's dealing with that square right there, because Uranus and Neptune are in Capricorn. Capricorn rules Black. And again, I'm not saying Capricorn rules Black people per se, but when the word Black comes up in conversations, you got to look at Capricorn. So it says again, in 2013, Bieber said he was very influenced by Black culture, but he neither thought of it as Black or white, nor tried to act or pose in a certain way. To him, it was a lifestyle like a suaveness or a swag. He had been the target of internet bloggers and message board posters, especially users of the internet message board 4chan and of YouTube. Nick Collins of the Daily Telegraph said that Bieber's character appears to strike a particularly sour note with his internet critics, who have questioned his manner of speech, among other things. Basically, they was trying to say, he trying to act Black, he being phony. Also with this square, it can make him socially awkward. Again, not sure of how to behave, being disruptive and disrespectful. Addictive personality with Moon square Neptune in particular. So it says here, Bieber has struggled with mental health issues, particularly depression and anxiety, at various points during his career. He has generally been open about these issues. In his American YouTube docuseries Seasons, the singer opened up about his struggles with addiction with frequent consumption of lean pills such as MDMA and hallucinogenic mushrooms in early stages of his career. I feel like he was trying to self-medicate again because he was abused when he was younger. Prone to anxiety and depression, these squares make him. Also, this could be a woman that's fake or artificial in some way. A wife who can be cold, cruel, and uncompromising. That could be Haley. Separation starting with mother. Divorce is highly likely when it comes to anyone he marries. Bieber's father, Jeremy Bieber. In March 2014, Rolling Stone characterized Jeremy as having split with Justin's mom when Justin was a toddler and wasn't always around afterward. And again, when his son could join the Saturn, he really felt his father's absence. And I feel like that affected him greatly. Will unconsciously sabotage a relationship due to abnormal upbringing. Unstable home life due to career demands can take a toll upon his marriage. Also, will start being neglectful of his wife/marriage and will probably blame it on his career. All right, and more about this square. Again, Moon in Libra square Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn. Legal issues, backlash as a result of some of what he says and does, charges being filed, and arrests. So Bieber had several run-ins with the law around the world before his first arrest in 2014. Following Bieber's arrest on the DUI charge, now that is Uranus ruling the third house, also Mercury squaring his Pluto and North Node in the 12th, that's the DUI charge. More than 270,000 people petitioned the White House seeking to have him deported from the United States. Although the number of signatures received was sufficient to require a response under published White House guidelines, the Obama administration declined substantive comment on the petition. So people were trying to get his ass deported back to Canada. They was like, we don't want no more of this shit. Immigration law expert Harlan York noted that the likelihood of Bieber being deported was extremely slim. York stated, about a decade ago, the Supreme Court ruled that driving under the influence typically is not a basis to deport someone. I feel like the fact that he's Canadian has a lot to do with his personality conflicts too. Like, you know, because Canada is different from the United States. Like, you know, Canada's a little squarish kind of acting. So it's like almost he felt like he had something to prove because he wasn't just on the soft end, but he was Canadian as well, which is kind of soft in and of itself. Now, in June 2014, this is also dealing with these squares. In June 2014, a video emerged of a 15-year-old Bieber telling a joke about Black people. Again, with Uranus and Neptune being in Capricorn, that's the Black. Moon and Libra, that could deal with where it's like racial discrimination, or he might have some issues with Black people, even though he latches on to Black culture, or he did. So I do remember when this scandal came out where they dug up a video of him telling a joke about Black people and used the word nigger multiple times. In the same month, a second video showed a 15-year-old Bieber giggling as he croons his song, One Less Lonely Girl, by parodying the main lyric as one less lonely nigger and stating that if he were to kill one, he would be part of the KKK. Again, clowning, making a fool of himself, being an embarrassment to himself. He apologized the day the latter was released. Facing my mistakes from years ago has been one of my hardest things I've ever dealt with. I know I thought about that, Vanity, when I said it. I said it 3 times, I think. They're going to get me for that. YouTube is so hypersensitive. So again, more about this square. In July 2017, this Chinese government banned Bieber from performing in China. A Chinese Bieber fan contacted the Beijing Municipal Bureau of Culture requesting the reason for the ban. Now, you know, Capricorn is ruling governments and the moon rules nations, citizenship, all that good stuff. Now, the Bureau released a statement explaining Justin Bieber is a gifted singer, but he's also a controversial young foreign singer. In order to maintain order in the Chinese market and purify the Chinese performance environment, it is not suitable to bring in badly behaved entertainers. In 2021, Chinese streaming sites, Youku, whatever that one is, and Tencent Video removed Bieber scenes in Friends, the reunion donning Ross Geller's iconic Sputnik costume. And more about this square again, about the citizenship. As Bieber resides in the United States, he is reported to possess a O1 visa for temporary resident status based on an extraordinary ability or achievement in a field. Bieber has said he is not interested in obtaining citizenship and has praised Canada as being the best country in the world. I don't think he really believes that, citing its mostly government-funded healthcare system as a model example. But then this square shows that he can switch up. So now it says, however, in September 2018, TMZ reported that Bieber had begun the process of becoming an American citizen following his marriage to Haley Baldwin. Bieber owns a $25.8 million home in Beverly Hills, as well as a lakeside home in Ontario. So 1 minute he's saying he doesn't want to become a citizen of America. Now he marries Haley, Moon and Libra, and now he wants to change his citizenship to become an American. So I make up your mind, but he can't with that Moon and Libra. All right, a few more things about his natal chart before we get into Selena and Haley. So Moon quincunx Taurus South Node. Money forsaken due to canceled tours. So in June of the same year, Bieber announced that he had been diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome type 2, and that half of his face was paralyzed. He canceled and postponed concerts and appearances due to the condition, but returned to live performances in late July. In September, 2 days after the first concert in Latin America as part of the Rock in Rio Festival, it was announced that all remaining dates of the tour would be suspended due to Bieber prioritizing his health. So remember I told you about that opposition, Sun, opposition Chiron in midheaven, that is dealing with him not being able to work due to his health problems. After getting off the stage, the exhaustion overtook me, and I realized that I need to make my health the priority right now. So I'm going to take a break from touring for the time being. I'm going to be okay, but I need time to rest and get better. And see, you know, Pisces always needs to take a time out. So if Pisces is not taking a time out, sometimes they'll be forced to take a time out by getting sick. Also, when Moon quincunx Taurus South Node, with Bieber pleading no contest to the charge, the Los Angeles County Superior Court sentenced him on July 9th to pay $80,000 in restitution. I think that was the case where he threw eggs at the dude's house, his neighbor. On August 13th, 2014, the January DUI case was settled with a plea bargain. Bieber pleaded guilty to resisting an officer without violence and a lesser charge of driving without due care and attention. He was fined $500 and sentenced to attend a 12-hour anger management course and a program that teaches the impact of drunken driving on victims. As part of the plea bargain, he made a $50,000 contribution to our kids. So this aspect is just showing how the legal issues he finds himself in cost him a lot of money. Also, when Moon quincunx Taurus South Node, in a series of tweets, Bieber denied all the allegations, stating sexual abuse is something I don't take lightly. And again, that's pointing to the money issues, but he had a lawsuit, defamation lawsuit, and then he ended up dropping it. So his moon is opposing his black moon Lilith. And this could represent Selena versus Haley. So again, Haley could say all she wants, that she wasn't dealing with Justin when he was dealing with Selena, but I beg to differ. But it can also deal with the fact that half of his face was paralyzed. So that's from the Ramsay-Hunt syndrome that he got, because that black moon Lilith is in Aries. So Moon could join the Spica and Arcturus. Those are two of the most fortunate fixed stars in the heavens, and it can result in wealth, fame, honor, glamour, and where one is known as the fortunate one, inspiration, riches, fame, honor, popularity, benefits through travel, success through work. Moon opposition Arabic part of daughters. Could be in a custody battle at some point with the moon ruling the 8th, but it could also be a daughter via surrogate. So that surrogate theme is showing up. So if Haley is not a biological woman, it would make sense. But you know, some women that are biological, they want to get surrogates if they can afford it because they don't want the baby to mess up their body. So it could be either or. Keep in mind, too, that Justin Bieber's South Node is conjoined to Algol, which is one of the worst fixed stars to have connected in your chart. And that can produce violence, choking even, like getting choked out. But they might like to do that during sex. I wouldn't be surprised. And it could deal with serious injuries and accidents, and also demonic influences as well. So with that South Node opposing Pluto and that North Node, you know, those demonic influences could have been those men in the industry that were preying upon him. Mars conjunct Saturn, having male mentors in the music industry. So again, this one is basically showing what was going down. So here it says, as a result, when he was younger, Usher, Braun, Bieber's bodyguard, and other adults surrounding Bieber constantly coached him on handling fame and his public image. Even that sounds suspect. Older men in the music industry preying upon him. And the reason why I'm saying music industry is because Saturn's in Pisces. Highly publicized love affairs, sexual secrets again, An androgynous man who works as a model, perhaps. So again, that could be Haley. Embarrasses himself, self-sabotage. All right, now finally, we get into the relationships. Actually, we got a few more. Finding a woman that is very much like him, but not in an obvious way. That's Mars sextile Black Moon Lilith, with Black Moon Lilith being in Aries. Mars contra-parallel Proserpina. This could be seen as a rape aspect. And with the 7th degree of Taurus, it could have been at the hands of men in the music industry. Because Proserpina is an asteroid that can play out as rape. Bieber then moved to Atlanta with his mother to pursue further work with Braun and Usher. So he actually basically was living with Usher and that other guy, Scooter Braun. So again, when that's happening, you got to wonder. You really do. And remember, I said Scooter's record company is named Schoolboy Records, which to me is very suspect. All right, finally, we get to Justin and Selena. Now, I don't know if I can play this video without getting, I can actually play little parts, I guess. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to play this because this basically shows that they had an arranged relationship, Justin Bieber and Selena. But actually, you should be able to hear it. Hold on. I'm going to share the sound anyway. Hold on. Like, you could basically see that this was one of those romances that was created for publicity's sake. So here's Justin Bieber right here he's very young, and he is asked about Selena in this.
Selena Gomez. No one heard that.
No.
Do you like Justin Bieber? I never know how to say his name correctly. I'm sorry. Yes, I do. I love him. I think he's really cute. I think in 2 years, he's going to be cute. It's going to be really cute.
I said that Selena Gomez is cute. I don't really have a crush on her. I think Beyonce. I think Selena Gomez is pretty. But I don't like her. I think she's cute. I think she's a cutie, but
that's what I needed to know.
That's what you needed to know?
Because now Selena Gomez may hear this, and she may say, Justin Bieber, oh my God, I don't like him. I don't like him because, you know, we can't like this young.
No.
This is a big thing. But if I happen to run into him, he might be somebody I'd consider hanging out with.
I know. It was so cute. We were doing the Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve, and I performed first, and then I was leaving to do press backstage, and Justin runs back and he goes, Selena, he's like, what? He's like, can you come on stage for me for One Less Lonely Girl? And I was like, Justin. He's like, please, please, please. And I go,
At that time, you know. All That Matters was written when I was in,
prison.
I was in a great place in my relationship, at that time, you know, she was all that mattered in my life.
Now, is this a real story? Like, you was in a great relationship for real?
This is true.
Really though?
Yeah,
is that with SG or?
It really was.
Hey man, when you be like, you gotta write your emotions at that time.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I wrote the best music once my heart was broken.
Damn.
Yeah, for real.
So it was a broken heart. It seemed like I thought you recovered. I was like, man, my dude.
I'm
is
good.
Cool.
I'm chilling, man.
Yeah, as you should. But that was really love though.
All right, I got to speed this up because I just realized I got a half hour to my class. Let me see how quick I could go through this. Oops, my bad. Let me bring that back up. But basically, I was playing the beginning part just to show that it looks like this little romance was pre-orchestrated and it was more so of a publicity stunt. Now, Justin and Selena's Sinistry. So here are some of the most challenging aspects in their Sinistry. So Justin's Mercury and Mars squaring Selena's Mars. That could be conflicts in terms of identities, actions, and personas. Also, he was too unstable and predictable. Oops, my bad. I put for Justin. Hold on, let me fix that. That's supposed to say for Selena. Hold on. Unpredictable. Let me just correct that real quick. All right, my bad. Okay. So with this, he was too unstable and unpredictable for Selena because Selena's Mars is in Taurus. His Mercury and Mars is in Aquarius. So that's not going to work. She was too normal and boring for him. Maybe he saw it that way. Now, Justin's Mercury and Mars squaring Selena's Pluto. That's the main aspect that had Selena calling it quits or basically being turned off at some point. He was able to generate hate, jealousy, and resentment in Selena. Justin was not enough for her sexually, maybe. Maybe he wasn't big enough for her or whatever. Or maybe he just didn't have the right stroke. Or maybe they weren't really having that much sex at all. Because again, maybe this was more of arrangement, if you get what I'm saying. Being annoyed by Justin, being turned off, can lead to emotional and physical abuse. Especially, wait a minute, am I sharing? I don't think I'm sharing my screen. Hold on. Yeah, I wasn't sharing my screen. My bad. You can even see in this image right here that she looks annoyed by him. She looks kind of like she's just tolerating him. You'll see it in a minute when it comes up. Can lead to emotional and physical abuse with Justin being the catalyst. Justin probably views Selena as being too controlling and perhaps manipulative. Justin's moon in Libra squares Selena's sun in Cancer. Selena was not really into him, so this could have been more of a publicity stunt, like I'm saying, especially with her sun being in the 12th house. And Selena is a Cancer. She was apt to put her needs first, with her sun being in Cancer, and she was very concerned about her image when she was with him. It was hard for Selena to maintain her privacy with him. Not good for living together when you got one person's moon squaring another person's sun. That's a really challenging aspect to have in terms of a relationship. Selena becoming aware of his dealings with other women, possibly including Haley. Now, Selena's sun is at the 29th degree of Cancer, and you know what I say, that 29th degree could deal with love triangles, which can mean that, yes, she was involved in a love triangle with Justin Bieber, and Haley was the side chick. Here they go right here when they were a young, fresh couple, looking all cute and stuff, but Justin's still giving off that studly lesbian vibe in this picture. I mean, you can clearly see that Justin wasn't mannish or boyish even enough for Selena at some point. I'm waiting for it to come up. And again, I'm just seeing in Selena's face that she is not really into Justin. I mean, it just looks like she's just doing this for the cameras, doing this to gain more clout or whatever, or to, you know, boost her image or whatever. Here she is right here being all playful. So Justin's South Node could join Selena's Mars in her 10th house. So this 10th house conjunction, again, this is Selena's 10th house, is basically showing that this was a publicity stunt, pretty much, or this was like a business arrangement. But this can also show a past life connection. They probably had a past life relationship, knew each other in a past life with the South Node. His South Node could join her Mars, and it's right on her Mars. Selena activates Justin's karmic debt, perhaps. Selena's reputation being at stake when Justin started to act out. Relationship could have been more of a business arrangement, again, with this conjunction being in Selena's 10th house. Relationship could have been used to try to normalize Justin's persona. And again, she could have been kind of like a beard or whatever for him. And Selena could have been one of his handlers. You know, some of these celebrities have handlers, especially the celebrities that got some mental health issues or whatever, or they need somebody to help keep them in line. So she could have actually been one of his handlers with that 10th house. Justin, Saturn, and Pisces squaring Selena's Mars and Taurus. This is where Justin's addictions start to rub Selena the wrong way. And this could be where he did, you know, put her on to certain drugs and stuff. So that was one of Diana's questions. Justin's scandals disrupt Selena's peace. Justin's career leaves little time for Selena. Justin's Uranus squares Selena's moon in Aries. This is a really challenging aspect to have in a relationship, and usually it will result in a breakup. Justin's friendships and associations conflict with Selena's personality, probably especially his Black friends with the Capricorn influence. Closeness was lacking. So again, this is also showing that they really weren't that close, lovey-dovey couple like they tried to portray. Justin switching up on Selena. Selena's needs were not being met in this relationship. Separations and breakup. And again, here's that 10th house hookup that I'm talking about. His South Node at the 27 degree, her Mars at the 27 degree. And when it comes to that 27 degree, there could always be something deceptive about a person because of that 7. And Justin Bieber's life path number is a 27. So that echoes that 27 degree of Scorpio in his chart with his North Node. And then with his South Node being at the 27 degree of Taurus, conjoined to her Mars at the 27 degree. This is like him being able to be deceive the public, make it seem like that they're actually in a relationship, but it could be to create some type of persona, make it seem like he's normal. And again, it could be to boost both of their earning potential as well. Justin's Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn opposing Selena's Sun in Cancer. Selena having problems with his friends and associates, asking him why he was acting Black, and that is actually what went on. I don't have the actual quote, but at one time, Selena did ask him, was like, why you acting Black? Why you acting fake, basically? Lack of closeness and security. I mean, look at them in this picture. She does not look happy. She looks actually like disgusted and annoyed, like she doesn't even want him to touch her. So she's already through with this. She's through with the charade and the shenanigans at this point. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Lack of closeness and security, being chosen by his team, perhaps. So again, I'm not seeing this as being an actual love relationship. This is more so a business arrangement. So can we really say that, you know, okay, Selena was really hurt when she found out Justin was, you know, dealing with Haley? Maybe she really wasn't. Maybe she was tired of putting up a charade anyway. Justin's Neptune and Capricorn squaring Selena's moon in Aries. Selena feeling neglected in the relationship. Selena being embarrassed by Justin at times. Selena being deceived by Justin. Justin's addiction makes her angry and triggers her to exercise self-preservation. Hold on, let me see something. Oh, okay. Selena being pulled into Justin's crises. Selena being drained of energy in the relationship. Selena being repulsed by him, like we saw in that other picture. Selena feeling discarded by Justin. Now we got to get into Haley and Justin. And actually, I gotta hold on. I gotta send somebody an email. I gotta send my student an email and tell her I'll be a little late. Damn, there go that picture again. Just 1 second. Y'all can take time and study this picture because I don't know if some of y'all see that masculine energy that she's giving off, but I see it. Okay, how do I do this? Email. I need an email. Okay. All right, just 1 second. Okay. All right, so here they are right here on the cover of Vogue. Now, I have to admit, when I first saw this chick, I was like, there's something strange about this chick. She looked weird. Now, granted, she's a Sagittarius. Don't they, Vanny? Granted, she's a Sagittarius. And Sagittarius can have an exotic look. You know, Sagittarius don't look like the average person a lot of times. So I'm like, that's what I was trying to look at. I was like, okay, she a Sag. Maybe that's why she's looking a little exotic, if you know what I mean. But then upon looking at other pictures, I was kind of still scratching my head. Now we're going to watch a little bit of this video. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, best funny moments. Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike, but we're going to look at these two in action a little bit.
The most challenging thing is obviously just like.
Do I annoy you?
Do you annoy me?
Yeah.
I think we probably both annoy each other a lot sometimes. I
Right.
think I purposely like bother you and do things that are just like annoying.
Get under my skin.
And then you bite me, so don't even try.
And I attack you with the Nerf gun
Oh
randomly.
my gosh.
Hey babe, come here.
The random Nerf gun is my ultimate annoyance.
And you deserve it!
You have the voice of an angel.
The way you work it!
You're not terrible. Are you getting all over my eye?
Yeah. I'm just turning it into a nice
Ew.
What?
Okay.
What? What?
Is it all over the place? It's fine if it is.
Yeah, but relax.
Okay.
It wasn't all over the place until you moved.
That's not true.
I got a piece right here. No.
You get it off. It's fine.
Now, granted, they are acting like best friends, and that's very much Mercury conjunct Mars and Aquarius in Justin's chart. But also, remember, Mercury is co-ruler of that 7th house, and with it being in Aquarius, it can cause a partner to look rather androgynous or kind of have like a masculine look with Mercury conjoined Mars. And so yeah, I'm not saying that I think that she's trans. I'm just saying she kind of has that look. And anything's possible.
She doesn't even pay attention to me. Do you?
All right, so moving along. So here are the aspects that resulted in these two getting married. So the marriage aspects. Justin's moon could join to Hailey's Venus, also could join to her Chiron as well. And what's interesting is both Selena and Hailey have Venus conjunct Chiron in their charts, which is very telling because that's telling you that there's something exceptional or even artificial about their relationships. Hailey has Venus conjoined to Chiron in Libra, and these planets are conjoined to Justin's moon in Libra, which makes it very easy for them to get married. But you got to take that Chiron into account because Chiron can deal with things that are exceptional, unconventional, something being artificial, something ain't totally kosher with the relationship. Now, just off of moon conjunct Venus alone, this could be very up close and personal relationship, strong friendship that results in marriage. And the reason why I'm saying friendship is because of the 11th house. relationship of convenience, though. Justin's Mercury and Mars trine Haley's Venus. This is another marriage aspect. Haley accepting Justin's proposal. Also, this led to a quick marriage with the Mars. Friendship that turns into a marriage. Ease in relating to each other. And they both have like the same house lineup. Ease in relating to each other. Also, again, she loves his hands. And that's that Mercury. And remember, she has Gemini on the 7th house cuts. So she could be very into her partner's hands. Justin Saturn trine Haley's Venus. This is another good aspect for marriage. It basically makes a relationship official, promotes security and longevity. So they could be married for a number of years before they call it quits. Oh, you're so welcome, Diana. I'm glad to see you. So here's Diana. She's the one that sponsored this video. So thank you so much for sponsoring the video. I actually really got into this whole story by really reading about it and everything. So yeah, this was really interesting. So here's Hailey Bieber's chart. So looking at her chart alone, her Sagittarius stellium is in her 12th house. And 12th house is secrecy. 12th house can be dishonest. So again, when she is saying that she didn't know that Justin Bieber was in a relationship with Selena, or he wasn't in a relationship when she was dealing with him, I think she's lying, especially when you look at Mercury, ruler of the 7th house, it's in her 12th house. So Sagittarius deals with the truth, but when it's in the 12th house, you could be hiding the truth. Oh no, I didn't get a chance to look at the other emails, Vanity. I'll do that in a minute. I got to keep track of the time. So, know what else is interesting? Both Haley and Selena got Aries moons. Isn't that interesting? Now, the reason why you're seeing these similarities between Haley and Selena's chart can be, that Gemini in the 7th can be responsible for that, because that produces a twinning and replication effect. And I'm talking about in Justin Bieber's chart, he has Gemini intercepted in the 7th. And that's why Haley and Selena have some of the same placements or similar aspects. So again, they both have Aries moons. They both have Venus conjoined to Chiron. And there's something else that they both have the same of too. I forget, but if I see it, I'll mention it. So Justin's North Node, Pluto, and Ascendant fall into Haley's 12th house. So that reinforces the secrecy theme. That reinforces the dishonesty theme. So again, it's showing up in the Sinistry that they were probably secretly involved with each other when he was still seeing Selena. Also, Haley's midheaven is conjoined to Justin's Mars. And to me, that's telling too, like, this is more so a business arrangement or more so of a come up for her career, everything like that. And it seems like she has been really putting herself out there, like to, in the public ever since she got married to Justin. Like, I really feel like this is a come up for her. So some of their most challenging aspects, Justin's moon squaring Haley's Uranus. This can deal with breakups, separations, and divorce. So again, I'm almost certain this marriage is not going to last forever. They will be getting a divorce at some point. And with more than likely with Haley initiating the divorce, or that could be where she's threatening to divorce him, threatening to leave him. Also, this could deal with where Haley puts Justin through unwanted changes. Justin's moon squaring Haley's Neptune. Also, Haley could start neglecting Justin. She could abandon him, or he could feel abandoned by her at some point. That can also point to deception, addiction. Justin's Mars squaring Haley's Sun. Justin will start doing things against Haley's wishes. Again, remember I said with that energy, that Venus and Pisces, he could be fully merged with a mate until he starts to break free and starts to assert more of his independence. And I see that happening in this situation. Haley could start feeling that she has less power over him. Haley may try to outshine Justin. Justin and Haley's Sinistry again. Justin, Saturn squaring Haley's Sun. Justin may start being dishonest and secretive, with Saturn being in Pisces in Justin's chart. Haley's Sun being in Sagittarius. That's where she might start catching him in lies. She could also out his lies as well. Haley can out his secrets. Haley may begin to feel trapped and weighed down. Justin's Uranus square Haley's moon. Separations, divorce, coldness, friends get in the way. Hold up. My bad. Let me see something real quick. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Let me look at that chart. Hold up. I'm sorry, his midheaven is on her Mars. That's where I made the mistake. So scratch what I said. His midheaven is on her Mars. Not the other way around. Because I was like, hold up, something ain't working out right. All right, let me go back. My bad, I'm in a rush. All right, let me go back to where I was. Okay. So Justin's Uranus squaring Haley's moon. So this is where he could possibly separate from her. And they did have a breakup before they got married, but I don't know who was responsible for the breakup, who broke up with who. But also that he could turn cold towards her at some point. Friends could get in the way. Justin's fans coming for Haley. And Justin's fans did come for Haley when she got married, and they were basically calling her, what do you call that? Like she broke up the relationship between him and Selena and all that type of stuff. Justin's Uranus squaring Haley's Venus, separations, divorce. Haley's relationship needs are not being met. He could try to pull the brake on her spending at some point. Justin and Haley's Sinistry, again. Justin's Neptune squaring Haley's moon. His addictions could start to take a toll upon Haley's emotional state. Justin may be faking it a lot of times in terms of his displays of affection. Justin's Neptune squaring Haley's Venus. Haley feeling neglected in the relationship, perhaps. Here they are again, looking all disheveled. Justin's Pluto ascendant and North Node conjoining Haley's Sun and Pluto, being Bieber's side chick in the beginning. So these are aspects that could deal with where she was very comfortable being his side chick. Power and control are major issues with Haley wielding most of it since her Sun and Pluto are in his first house. She could out him if he becomes vindictive. And this can be seen as a power couple aspect. Look at those backbones. I'm just saying. That don't look very, I'm just saying, who got backbones like that, jutting out like that? Now, that on one hand, that can mean she's kind of anorexic, but on the other hand, it can mean, I'm just saying, that back is strong. You know, she got a strong back, so we know who's really putting it down in the bedroom. Here they are right here. This is Justin's Mercury trying Haley's Venus. Again, they're always playing up for the camera. You could get hurt on that back. God damn, I never seen nobody with a backbone like that. Like, what's up with that? What are those bones called in the back? I'm like, God damn. Here they are again. And I will say, you know, Sagittarius women, they're embodying a lot of masculine energy. So she definitely gives off that. I got a lot of masculine energy I feel like I could pass for a dude sometimes if I really wanted to. Like, I can definitely disguise my voice to sound like a dude. I've done it before. Then he said, what is cute about her? But yeah, I mean, us Sag women, we can be kind of manly. Here, here they are right here. Justin's Chiron in Virgo squaring Haley's Sun and Mercury in Sagittarius. Justin could become very irked by Haley's over-the-top antics and showiness. Justin could be a killjoy for Haley. So one thing about Sagittarius that could be very annoying, and I know I could be annoying with this too, sometimes we're just obnoxious and over the top, and you could tell Haley is like that as well. So that's going to start to wear on Justin after a while. But then again, he got that Sagittarius energy in his first house, so he could act over the top as well. But Justin could be a killjoy for Haley with his Chiron and Virgo a lot of times. Justin's work gets in the way of Haley's desire for fun and adventure. Haley's openness and honesty triggers Justin's insecurities. Justin said that Haley makes him nervous when she is in the studio with him. So he actually said this during a video, and I felt like it was very telling. It let me know that she doesn't give him enough space. So she's always in the studio with him, shoulder blades. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Them shoulder blades was just jutting out like that. Now, Justin said that Haley makes him nervous when she's in the studio. And basically, she's able to trigger his insecurities as well. But she always wants to be all up underneath him. And that is representative of his Venus and Pisces in his own chart. Challenges with establishing a routine in this marriage. Justin may accuse Haley of being inattentive, inconsistent, messy, and disorderly. Oh, you know what about Haley that I find to be really weird and strange, but this is so Sun conjunct Pluto. So Haley has Sun conjunct Pluto in her chart. And she has this video series on YouTube. It's called The Bathroom. And she'll invite celebrities to have interviews and to eat and stuff in her bathroom. And I'm like, ew, that's nasty. Now, she has one of those big, lavish bathrooms. You can't even see the toilet, but you can see the tub. And they have like a table in there, and then they be eating food, making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff in her bathroom. And I'm like, that's very Sun conjunct Pluto. So here are the similarities dealing with these two women that he was with. Both are born on the 22nd. So again, with Gemini intercepted in his 7th house, he's liable to attract partners that got these eerie similarities. So that was the similarity that I forgot. So they're both born on the 22nd. They both have Aries moons. And think about how Selena's sun squares Haley's moon, both at the 29th degree. And remember I said about that 29th degree creating love triangles. Both have Venus conjoined to Chiron in their charts. Now, we take that 22nd degree and we look at that Venus conjoined to Chiron. That is basically showing that there's something artificial, there's something abnormal, there's something not right with his relationships to both women. Again, both of them have Venus conjunct Chiron. They're both born on the 22nd, and they both got Aries moon. And that 22nd says a lot. And with each woman, his moon is opposing their moons. So again, it's denoting a lack of closeness. Neptune squaring moon with both women. So basically that concludes my case study on Justin Bieber. I know it was a bit like haphazard in some cases. Forgive me for that. I did have to rush as it got closer to the end because I got a class to teach and I was getting emails and messages. Actually, let me check my email vanity before I go. But Justin Bieber, he has a crazy life. But yeah, I couldn't, that whole bathroom thing, I was like, that's strange. Yeah, I'm sure it's really clean, but that's just inappropriate. Like to be holding interviews and eating in your bathroom. I mean, I'm hoping it's a makeshift bathroom, but that's still, All right, let me see what else you sent me. All right, let's see. How come I'm not seeing any emails from you? I'm not seeing any of your emails, Vanity. Let me check my spam. See, look at this, erectile tonic. I can't get away from this stuff. Nope, I don't see it. What's this? FBI. I'm done. Okay. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, so let me close out. I'll see what y'all saying in the comments section. That was a lot. That was a bit much. It was a bit tiring, but y'all get the picture. So just to sum up, I don't see the marriage lasting between Justin and Bieber. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull some cards on this situation too. I don't see the marriage lasting between Justin and Haley forever. I say give it 10 years. They're probably going to get a divorce. So let me pull a card and see, will they be getting divorced within 10 years from now? I give it 10 or less years. And they've been married since 2018. So they've been married 4 years. They may not even be able to make it past that 7-year itch. So I'm going to say, will they be divorced within 10 years? Justin do look like somebody's auntie. So I got the 7 of Cups. That's a Scorpio card. Challenge is the 5 of Cups. I got the Empress and then the 7 of Pentacles. So it looks like they will be married for at least 10 years, but then it looks like they will start to, and it does look like there'll be some infidelity in between. Let me look and see. Will they be breaking up or divorcing in 12 years? Look like they will survive that 7-year itch. And I think they're going to have a baby too, because Justin has that Arabic part of daughters in his chart. So they probably will have a little daughter. It looks like by year 11 and 12, they're really going to be going through it. And it looks like they could separate in year 12. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Earl. All right, let me just look and see real quick the type of marriage they have and like the main issue. And I'm going to look from Justin's perspective, because this Haley chick, I don't know. She's just strange. But again, got to chalk it up to the fact that she does have Sun conjunct Pluto. And honestly, Sun conjunct Pluto for some people could be a transgender aspect. I'm just putting it out there, especially because it's in the 12th house. Not saying that she is, but the potential is there. And there's a lot of models that are trans in the modeling industry. It just is what it is. And Pisces men, there's some of the men that are very accepting of alternative lifestyles. I got the Tower card for this situation. Again, this is from Justin Bieber. This Tower card makes me think the breakup. So like his relationship with Haley helped to liberate him, because that Tower card is that liberator card from that situation with Selena. And that's very much Mercury and Aquarius conjoined to Mars and Aquarius in his chart. Challenge is the King of Cups. King of Cups can be seen as a Pisces, but also a Scorpio, could also be a Cancer. But in his case, that's representing him being a Pisces. That's making me think his feelings really aren't into this. And then the advice card I have is the 9 of Wands. That's not a good card you want to see when it comes to how you view your marriage. That 9 of Wands can mean that he's on edge all the time. He's very kind of wary. He's just sticking it out. He might already be seeing red flags where he's saying, damn, why did I marry this bitch? And then I got the Three of Swords. That Three of Swords, that's actually my Patreon tarot card of the week. And that Three of Swords is separation, breakup, heartbreak, heartache. That's the outcome. So it's representing what I'm saying, where I don't see the two of them being married till death do them part, but it looks like they will try to stick it out for as long as they can, tolerate each other. And that Aquarius in his chart can deal with where he's just tolerating his partner, but where they're really not getting along. These cards really aren't good in terms of a marriage that I pulled for Justin. Now let me look at Haley real quick in terms of her perspective of the marriage. Haley just looked like somebody that's not to be trusted. Jacqueline said Justin's mom is a Capricorn moon, sold him to the industry. I do feel like his mom, there's more to his mom than what she's claiming. Now, the interesting thing about Justin's mom, she was quoted as saying that when that scooter guy first discovered Justin, she did not want Justin to be part of his camp, or she didn't want him to mentor Justin at first, simply because he was Jewish and they were Christian. And I just thought that was a little strange, especially with that Capricorn moon you're saying she has, because Capricorn rules Jews. I just thought that was a little strange that she was so adamant that she didn't want him to be working with a Jewish guy. And I'm like, is she insinuating something with that? All right, so with Haley, we got the Four of Swords with the situation, and that can deal with an agreement, or where, you know, something is being planned and where her plan actually works. That can deal with where she's scheming. The challenge is the Magician, and that could deal with an inability to really exercise your free will the way you really want to in a relationship. The advice I got is the King of Cups, and that makes me think that she knows that, because that's representing Justin, makes me think that she is looking at Justin as an opportunity to make her life better, to enrich her life, because the outcome is the Empress. Now, the Empress can mean that she's going to get pregnant at some point, and some women will purposely get pregnant just to ensure that they'll be able to get that money through child support if they get divorced from that partner. Now, I don't know if they have a prenuptial agreement. Y'all let me know if they do, but it does look like Haley is on the take when it comes to Justin. I don't really see them really loving each other. They might be friends, but I really don't see that strong romantic connection. It looks like they're putting on for the camera a lot. Diana said, damn, why I marry this bitch? It's funny because he's always saying she's wonderful and he's grateful for her, grateful for her, blah. Yeah, all of that stuff is lip service. Trust and believe. Neither one of them are really, like, both of them can be phony. So I just see both of his relationships, the one with Selena and the one with Haley, it's like phony baloney. And I think Justin still doesn't know who he really is. He still really hasn't gained knowledge of self yet, which is that Sagittarius in his first house. Now he's probably going to gain more knowledge of self through this relationship, where this marriage, where he really determines what he doesn't want, which can really help. And I say that with Libra moons. I often say Libra moons don't really know what they want or even what they need until they get into a few relationships and they see stuff that they don't want, which helps them to really determine what they do want at the end of the day. Oh, I was saying she's a bitch. I was talking about Haley. Because Haley could be a ball-busting bitch, trust and believe, where her son could join the Pluto. That could deal with where she sets out to take a man for all he has, and if things sour, she could really ruin him. So yeah, that's that. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and I'll be back with some more videos. I got some more case studies to do, so stay tuned for that. I want to do a live stream for Sagittarius season where we really get into the Archer. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, I got my New Year's Eve party coming up. I'll post the link again in case you want to purchase a ticket. If you're a Diggable Planet, which means you're a channel member, or if you are a Patreon member, you get free admission. Anyone else, you gotta just pay for a ticket. You're welcome, Diana. And again, thank you for sponsoring the video. And I hope you find it insightful. All right, but I think I'm gonna cut out of here. I don't think nobody sent me a question, so that's good. So I could just ease on up out of here. You said his dick is gleaming in the sunlight. That's why. Patricia said Justin looks drugged out of his mind. Now, Vanity, you're saying that dick pic is 100% real? You said the paparazzi captured those while he was on vacation, not the first time either. Well, he's well hung then. And I gotta Vanity, make sure you send it to the right email address. I'm gonna send it. Here it is again. Because I didn't get those pictures from you. And I need those pictures. All right, but let me get out of here. I gotta go to class, but I will see y'all later. Take care.